There's a quiet, dark dignity to Mercutio. Nobody knows where Mercutio actually comes from. Everyone seems to have parents, but he doesn't. And what struck me was that he said, I need to play Mercutio. Not I want to, I would like to, I need to. This is a guy who had something to express through this form. There was something in him that needed to be expressed.
First time we saw Keanu, he came in a very well-worn sweatshirt and torn jeans and rundown runners. He really was grunge before grunge was a fashion statement.
He throws out the monologue to us, and myself and the director of the school sort of look at each other because immediately it's so clear that this kid is exceptional.
Hey, I'm proud of you, really proud. A Coke. What race? Who's your coach? My dad.
Welcome back to Pop Culture HQ. Today, we're talking about the iconic Canadian actor Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves recently opened up about his early life in Toronto and his journey to becoming a household name. In a candid interview on the podcast SmartLess, hosted by Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will Arnett, Reeves shared personal anecdotes that shed light on his upbringing and the pivotal moments that shaped his career. Let's take a look at his connections to Toronto, Canada. Reeves was born in Beirut, Lebanon on September 2nd, 1964. After his birth, his family moved frequently due to his father's work in the geology industry.
Yeah, the story of my past is obviously the story of my mother. And so she ran away from home when she was like 15, and she ended up going to Beirut, Lebanon, and as you do, she was born in England, and she met a guy, and they had a kid, and that's me.
Yeah.
And then it's a long story, but my...
Sounds romantic.
It does.
Yeah.
There's a bit of adventure in their journey.
Yeah.
And then my father had a stepfather who was Canadian, and then there's a bunch of stuff that happened. But long story short, me and my sister and my mom ended up moving into a house in Canada.
Reeves reminisced about moving to Toronto at around the age of 7 and attending several schools, including Ketchup Junior, Junior Toronto Collegiate Institute, De La Salle College, and even a performing arts school. At the age of 15, Reeves approached his mother and expressed his desire to pursue acting. She said, "Yes, of course, son, whatever you want to do." And then I started. So I was pretty self-motivated and enrolled in a theater art program. Reeves enrolled at Leah Posluns Theatre, where he played Mercutio in Romeo and Juliet, and even ended up scoring an agent. The young actor took acting classes, delving into the Stanislavski method and voice work, all while nurturing a deep respect for the art of acting. According to the South Etobicoke News, Reeves struggled in school and attended 4 different high schools in the city, including a private Catholic school and Etobicoke School of the Arts on Royal York Road, from which he was expelled. Like a typical Canadian child, Reeves said he was a fan of the Toronto Maple Leafs and played a lot of ice hockey as a kid. And recently, he was even dubbed as Canadian royalty in an interview with ET Canada's Keisha Shante.
And where are you from?
I was born in Beirut, Lebanon, but I lived most of my life in Toronto, Canada with my mother. And,
Let me ask you a question. What kind of work, what have you been doing? Doing some films?
Yeah, I did a feature, and then I had a small role in a feature that I used to be in, but then they ran out of time, so I'm not in it anymore. I got to play French Canadian, so I did an accent. That was great. That's fun. I've been doing theater. I've done 3-camera half-hour stuff for ABC and CBC in Canada. I've been the host of a kids show.
While Keanu Reeves was auditioning and pursuing his acting career in Canada, he took on various jobs to support himself. One well-known job he had was as a manager and assistant at a pasta shop called Spaghetti Factory in Toronto. Reeves has spoken about his experience in interviews, highlighting how he enjoyed the job and the opportunity to interact with customers. In addition to his work at the pasta shop, Reeves also took on other odd jobs, including being a janitor and a construction worker. These jobs provided him with the financial stability needed as he pursued his acting opportunities and attended auditions. Reeves' commitment to his acting career eventually paid off, leading to significant roles that propelled him to international fame. However, during his early days in Canada, he relied on these various jobs to make ends meet while working towards his goal of becoming an actor. After gaining some experience in local theatre productions in Toronto, he began transitioning to film and television roles. In 1994, Reeves made his film debut with a small role in a Canadian drama, Youngblood. Although his part as Heaver was modest, it marked the beginning of his on-screen journey. This early exposure helped Reeves gain recognition and paved the way for more significant opportunities. One of the pivotal moments in Reeves' career came in 1986, when he landed the role of Matt in the critically acclaimed drama River's Edge. His nuanced portrayal of a troubled teenager garnered positive reviews, showcasing his ability to bring depth and authenticity to his characters. This breakout role showcased Reeves' potential and positioned him as a rising talent in the industry. Reeves also starred in the 1986 film Flying, a Canadian drama directed by Paul Lynch. In this film, he portrayed Tommy, a young man who dreams of becoming a professional hockey player. From there, Reeves booked some commercials and managed to sell some cornflakes and Coca-Cola. But Hollywood was waiting for him. Reeves said he got into his car at 20 and drove down to Hollywood, where he was asked to change his name the day he arrived in Tinseltown. I drove to Hollywood, and of course when I got there, they wanted me to change my name. They were like, Keanu, it's too ethnic. I remember they told me, and I was like stomping up and down the beach in Santa Monica going, what the F? Reeves ended up trying out the name Casey, the initials of his first and middle name. But he wouldn't respond to it in audition, so he went back to his agents and said he couldn't change it. As the 1990s arrived, Reeves continued to showcase his range and versatility. It was in 1991 that he starred in the action thriller Point Break, directed by Catherine Bigelow. His charismatic portrayal of undercover FBI agent Johnny Utah opposite Patrick Swayze's iconic character left a lasting impression on audiences. Point Break became a cult classic and solidified Reeves' status as an action star. However, it was in 1994 that Reeves reached new heights with his portrayal of LAPD officer Jack Traven in the high-octane blockbuster Speed. The film's intense premise, combined with Reeves' charismatic performance, captivated audiences worldwide. Speed became a massive success, establishing Reeves as a bankable leading man and showcasing his ability to anchor an action-packed film. In 1999, Reeves took on the role that would define his career and become one of the most iconic characters in cinema history, Neo in The Matrix. The science fiction blockbuster, directed by the Wachowski siblings, revolutionized the action genre and propelled Reeves to superstardom. His portrayal of the enigmatic and powerful hero, Neo, showcased his physical prowess, introspective depth, and undeniable coolness. The Matrix trilogy solidified Reeves' place in pop culture and cemented his legacy as an action icon. Reeves continued to diversify his roles and showcase his acting range beyond the action genre. In 2003, he starred in the romantic drama Something's Gotta Give, alongside Diane Keaton and Jack Nicholson, displaying his ability to deliver heartfelt performances in more nuanced roles. In recent years, Reeves has continued to captivate audiences with his performances in films like the John Wick series, where he portrays a retired hitman seeking vengeance. His commitment to his craft and his dedication to bringing authenticity to his characters have earned him a dedicated fan base and critical acclaim. That wraps up our look at Keanu Reeves and his connections to Canada, as well as his early start in the industry and his personal life. What's your favorite Keanu Reeves role? Let us know in the comment section below, and subscribe to Pop Culture HQ for more updates on Keanu Reeves and other celebrities in Hollywood.